So in the space of 5 days, Cardano ADA has dropped more than 30%, and there's a possibility that would drop even deeper. Now, in my previous video, I talked about the possibility of ADA reaching this region here between 36 cents to 41 cents, given that we are within this corrective move to the downside to complete this wave 2 of our wave 3, which is this wave here, which is a bigger 5-wave move to the upside, where I'm still targeting that $10 range. And so right now it looks like ADA is in a correction, and I do see this as a really good opportunity to be buying at these low prices, because I do anticipate in the long run that ADA will be, around $10. But of course, this is just my opinion, and this is not financial advice. Now, with that being said, there are two possible scenarios in play right now, and one of which is that ADA could be in a double bottom within this WXY structure. So effectively what you'd have is the wave Y sitting at 50 cents, which is where the wave W is. Or the flip side to that would be ADA reaches this range here. Now, there was a possibility of ADA truncating within the Y wave and ADA reaching the 0.618 to 0.786 retracement of our wave W. So effectively, if I use the Fib retracement tool and bring that over here, so you can see that the 0.786 to 0.618 retracement level sits at anywhere between 55.64 cents to around 68 cents, I believe, 65 cents. But then we ended up dropping deeper, and so two scenarios in play right now, one of which is a double bottom where we reach 50 cents, or the other scenario would be ADA reaches this range here. Now, if I drop down to the hourly chart, now within this wave Y, there's two structures that are in play right now, and one of which is a WXY structure, and the other is a 5-wave move where essentially you have your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so the only way to determine if whether or not we are in a wave, a 5-wave move or a 3-wave move is by using the Fib retracement levels. And so right now you can see that the passive ADA ended up going deeper than the 1.236 retracement level, and so it looks like we are going to reach this 1.618 retracement level, and then that would confirm that we are in a 5-wave move as opposed to a 3-wave move. So effectively you'd have your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, something to that effect. Now you can also see that the 1.618 retracement level sits at 50 cents, which again is something I talked about, where the wave W also sits at 50 cents. So we could have a double bottom within our Y wave. However, you can also see that the 5th wave also has the potential of going even deeper than 50 cents. And so we could potentially even reach this range here. Now, the flip side to that could be that the 5th wave also truncates and reaches 50 cents. But only time will tell, really. Personally, I think we are going to go deeper, and there is a high likelihood that we reach this range here. Now, what is interesting is if I go in the weekly chart and if I turn on the volume profile, is you can see that we had a lot of volume over here, and we ended up going even deeper. And we also have a lot of volume over here, which is where the fair value gap is. And so it would be interesting to see if ADA actually drops deep and potentially even go beyond this range here and reaches the fair value gap. So we could even see a wick into the fair value gap and then see, ADA potentially paid sideways within this range here and then see a move to the upside. But nevertheless, I do anticipate ADA to continue to go even deeper. And as you can see right now, we are testing that 200 DMA. And in order for us to be bullish, then we need ADA to hold at the 200 DMA and see a move to the upside. However, if it get rejected, then that would be a bearish sign. Now, if I go back to the hourly chart, you can see that smart money concept is indicating that we have a strong high at 67 cents and we have a weak low at 51 cents. And it is likely that the weak low will be broken and we continue to see moves to the downside. And on the daily chart, you can see that we have a strong low at 50 cents and a weak high at around $1.32. However, it's looking likely that this strong low is going to be broken and we go even deeper. Now, that will then result in a change of character, and that would then confirm that we are on a bearish trend as opposed to a bullish trend. And again, we could then potentially reach this range here. And so as things stand right now, we are slightly bearish, but with me, in my personal opinion, me being me, I do see this as a good opportunity to be buying in at these low prices. I see this as a discount, and I'm looking at the bigger picture, and I do anticipate ADA to see a bounce to the upside, potentially reaching this range here towards $10. But of course, that's just my personal opinion, and this is not financial advice. So hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.